Before I do the top 5 worst comic book movies, I thought I'd talk about this one, G.I. Joe Retaliation. This just came out, and this is actually, G.I. Joe is actually a comic book, but it's also more well known as a TV show in the 80s, and obviously the line of action figures. Now this movie is better than the other one. It even says it in the back. It says, in G.I. Joe Retaliation, a semi-reboot sequel. Now what in the world does that mean? Semi-reboot sequel? Semi-reboot sequel? I guess it means we want you to forget the 2009 film G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra actually ever existed. So you can take those accelerator suits and shove them up your candy asses. That's what it says. See, John Chu is saying, I'm going to try and not make a crappy movie. Well, he didn't try hard enough, because this is still a crappy movie. And I'll tell you why. Seriously, there's at least 2 or 3 movies within this one movie. First, you could count the first part where before everything happened. So what takes place before the ambush and stuff like that, that can be one movie. The next movie is The Rock and his gang. Whatever he's doing, that's one movie. And the other is Snake Eyes movie. So we have about 3 movies. First, the plot surrounding Rock's side of the story. Rock is trying to figure out what happened, why did he get ambushed and his team destroyed. Well, not really his team, it's Duke's team, but anyway. He's trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what's going on. Snake Eyes' side of the story. Snake Eyes is looking for Storm Shadow. He's trying to look for Storm Shadow and capture him. That's basically in a nutshell what that is. This is poor directing. You should have one continuous story, not 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 stories going around confusing people all the while. It should be one fluid story. But John just doesn't do it. He does not give you a fluid story. He gives you so much bundled up nonsense that you don't know what's going on. You get a scene from Rock's, then a scene from Snake Eyes story, and then it's like interwoven, and it's like, wow, okay, you guys messed up, and I can see why. There's no time for mourning. There are people who die in this movie, but this movie is so crappy that it doesn't even allow you any time to care about the people that just died. Okay, this is a spoiler. Duke dies. Now, when Duke dies, Duke was a main character from the first movie, and you should know who he is because he's in the cartoons. He's in the cartoon series. So people care about his character, regardless of whether the portrayal in the first movie is accurate or not. But if a main character dies, you're supposed to care about it. This movie really drops the ball. I mean, if you wanna come up with a movie that does that well, I have one movie, Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan. That is the perfect way to get the audience to mourn over someone's death. Here, it happens just so quickly, and then they move on really, really fast, like a snap of the finger, and you don't even have time to even react or care about Duke anymore. Duke's gone. Now the other one, Zartan, is just it's not even funny. I mean, he's supposed to be a part of the villains, and he gets the shortest death scene I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that wasn't even. I don't know. You have people dying, and you just don't care about it, and that's not the mark of a good movie, in my opinion. If you have someone dying, it should be a good death. I was really disappointed with the amount of screen time Cobra Commander got. I mean, seriously, he's hardly in it, and you first meet him probably in the halfway point of the movie. Everything's already been going into place. So how is it his scheme? It seemed more like Zartan's scheme, but supposedly this is Cobra Commander's idea all along, and it doesn't make sense because how can he do it while he's in prison? People who watched the last film know that he's being held captive. So did he make a plan because he knew he was going to get captured? Because that would be amazing. Come up with a plan. Okay, I'm going to get captured and put in a secure prison. So when I do, here's the plan. Now, if Cobra Commander is that smart, then I applaud him because he's great. But there's no one that smart, and there's no one watching that's that dumb. So I guess joke's on you, John. But one good thing, his suit looks awesome. It looks as close as you can get to what I envisioned that his suit would look like. Another problem. Cobra Commander's treatment of Destro is atrocious. I don't think he would ever treat Destro like that. Destro is his right-hand man. He has much trust in Destro. And you're going to go and put him to shaft him like that? I just don't understand that. This is bullshit. Destro and Cobra Commander almost go together. So why did they just off him like that? To prove Cobra Commander's power, he destroys London, or I think all of England, or at least just London. But they do it so quickly that watching it, I don't care about it. I'm not mourning that. And what's even worse, it seems like none of the characters care about what just happened, other than the when the politicians go, huh. It seemed like no one else cared. It wasn't on the news. It wasn't like, oh. At least the first movie, it had made it a big deal that Paris, the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that got damaged. Here, England gets messed up, but we're not supposed to care about it, because if the characters don't care about it, why should we? And that's poor writing. Rock's performance was very realistic and well done. The gist of the movie just seemed more believable than the last movie. So I'm glad they got rid of the suits. So but I cannot recommend this movie at all.